On this episode of Bondi Vet, little Tyson has just found a foster home. But what will Chris discover that could shatter the puppy's new start in life?
You're having all this fun, all of a sudden, bang, everything changes.
Can the much-loved bunny survive an extreme case of heat stroke?
I thought she was gone.
And a call out on Sydney Harbour to deal with some very feisty chicks.
You make my world a better place. I can't depend on you. I can't depend on you.
Hello.
Hi, how
You
you
must be
going?
Melissa?
Yes.
This is Tyson.
Tyson.
Oh, Tyson. I was warned that he was cute.
He's cute.
Melissa is fostering 3-month-old rescue dog Tyson,
Oh, all right, come on through.
but hasn't decided yet whether she's going to keep him.
Hey, little buddy. He looks reasonably lively, but he just does look a little bit skinny. What's that? Oh, is that the spot, is it? So, Sinazo is obviously just a temporary thing. You two aren't bonding at all?
No, not at all. No, he's beautiful, and the kids love him too. You look a bit worried.
Has anyone
there.
mentioned anything to you about his heart?
No.
So his heart isn't doing a normal lup-dub like that. It's whooshing. And if you put your fingers here, you feel that? Like a little
Little
vibration?
Yeah.
So my gut feeling going on how Tyson's heart sounds and feels is a patent ductus arteriosus, a PDA. And if this is a PDA and Tyson doesn't have heart surgery, this condition will eventually weaken him and kill him.
Can it be fixed?
I don't know. You're having all this fun with a puppy and then all of a sudden, bang, everything changes.
You're scaring me.
Can I ask you, is this going to affect whether you're going to actually keep him?
I'll keep him now. I can't send him back if there's something wrong.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll make a phone call and see if I can get him into our specialist
Okay.
up at Sash.
Okay.
You've got to remember that Melissa hasn't actually formally adopted Tyson yet. So for her to face this crisis and face up to it and go, yep, I'm going to stick with him, that's really something.
As Tyson heads to Sash, Chris has been called to a marina on Sydney Harbour.
Barry,
Oh, g'day, Chris.
how you going?
Good.
Barry from the rescue group
Going on?
Wires has a bizarre bird emergency that needs solving.
Is it your boat?
It's my father-in-law's boat, yeah.
Yeah. And you've got a couple of hijackers on board, do you?
We have hijackers.
Is this
We've
a
got
hijack
problem.
situation?
It is, it is.
Okay.
We've got our boat just moored out over here, and we've got a couple of herons have decided to land, create a nest and have their family right on the bridge of the boat.
Hi, we're just here about the boat. You got any sort of proof of ownership there? No? Licence?
As soon as Chris boards, the parents abandon ship, leaving the chicks alone in the nest.
Thanks very much.
Disgruntled boat owner Guido suddenly arrives on the scene.
Is this your boat?
Huh?
Is this your boat?
Yeah, until a couple of weeks ago, and then it was taken over by some other people, or some other goods. Well, we better get them off, because I want my boat back.
But Guido does have a kind heart. He's even built a rescue raft for his squatters.
Does that float?
Of course
I don't want to question your workmanship here, but I'm not sure I'd hop on that.
Yeah,
And you want to put a young family on that?
yes. Well, it's not the kind of bird that you like to get.
You don't know me, Guido.
No, but No.
You're making your own assumptions.
Am I wrong? No, I'm not. Gotcha.
Hey, Guido.
Things don't smell too good up here, mate. First thing I notice when I see these chicks is that they don't even have close to the number of feathers they need to actually fly off this boat. That's not going to happen today. So we do need to work out a plan that's going to allow them to be safe, but also eventually lead a very normal life.
Right, Squirt, let's put you up here.
Oh, you're very, very tiny on this big table.
It's very tiny. It's very quiet too.
Oh, my goodness.
At SASH, vets Darren Foster and Lisa Chimes are about to give Tyson an ultrasound to find out if Chris's grim diagnosis is correct.
And there it is. Wow, so you can see this dramatic flash of colour going from the left-hand side to the right side. No doubt at all that this is a PDA. I'm afraid for little Tyson, he's going to have some major heart surgery to try and fix him. Poor little kid.
It's basically an abnormal vessel between their aorta and their pulmonary artery, and all humans and animals have that vessel when they're in the womb, but when they're born it's supposed to close off within the first few days of life. And in Tyson's case that vessel hasn't closed off and you've got blood basically shunting backwards in the heart.
PDAs will eventually cause him to go into heart failure if they're not treated.
But he's going to be okay. Can you fix it?
Well, Andrew's here.
Surgeon Andrew Marchevsky will be performing the extremely delicate operation.
What do you actually need to do?
We're going to have to go into his chest, so we're going to make a cut on in between his ribs and sort of open him right up, so we'll have the heart sitting there pounding away at us, and then you get a pair of forceps and get round behind it and then tie some suture around it. Unfortunately, there's a risk involved with it. The shunt itself, or the abnormal vessel, is quite thin-walled, and there is a risk that we can rupture it.
There's no way I'll give him up now. There's no way. He's here to stay.
Ooh, you're feisty, aren't you?
What did I tell you?
That's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
It's the understatement of the year.
there's obviously two that are a lot bigger. So you can see he's starting to develop his primary and secondary flight feathers here.
Yeah.
They're just sprouting. It's all right. They've got about 2 weeks to go, maybe 10 days.
You're not suggesting I'll leave them here for another 2 or 3 weeks. So that's one alternative. What's the alternative?
I like your pontoon, but the problem is that it's too far down. If they make one false move, they fall into the water. The reality of this situation is that no one's going to win out of it. If we leave them here, Guido loses. If we take them away, then potentially the birds may lose their parents. I don't actually mind all this noise just because of the fact that means Mum and Dad are going to be watching and knowing what's going on. Come on, guys. Follow us now, all right?
Come on,
This
Mum
way.
and Dad.
Not going far.
Mum and Dad still aren't following. They're just inspecting the nest at the moment, and hopefully once they realise the chicks have gone, they're going to follow us.
Ciao, arrivederci.
The concern is it is going to get cold as this sun comes down.
Yeah, I think we better get them booked here and get them warmed up.
So, just for a few weeks, you're going to go and find a new mum and dad. But that okay? He looked a bit shocked by that. I'm sorry that there was a lot of news to absorb at one time, but yeah, okay. In a way, this was a bit of a long shot, but it was something we had to try, because for these chicks to be actually raised by their parents was something that you always want to do. But now they go into care, and from there they have a really good chance of survival.
Getting really nervous now. I know, it's going to be sad.
Rescue puppy Tyson is returning to Sash for his life-saving heart surgery. This family were only supposed to be looking after him for 1 week.
Hi, Melissa.
How you going?
All right. Got everybody here today.
Everybody's here today to say goodbye.
Oh, well, not goodbye.
Not, we'll just good
See
luck.
you later.
Yeah, see you later. See you soon.
Has he grown a bit?
Now, despite the operation costing thousands of dollars, they have decided to keep him.
Say bye to Tyson. Say bye. Aww. Beautiful Tyson.
I'm really, really nervous for him, like, because he's so little.
It's sort of like a bit of a time bomb. He could just suddenly die of heart failure at any moment. They're in the chest. I just have to push some lungs out of the way. If I put my finger on it, I can feel it vibrating. And that's just because the blood's going in the wrong direction. So we've just got to get round this little bugger and get him tied off. I've just dissected down the front and back end of the shunt, and that's easy enough to see. Now I'm going to be going around the back end of it, which I can't see, so I'm going to be doing by feel. And if ever anything's going to go wrong, it's during this bit. They're not going to talk for a while now.
At Bondi, it's a packed beach on a 40-degree day.
Come straight through.
But the heatwave has claimed an unlikely victim. Brian and Sandra's beloved family pet, Bunny.
I went out the back and she was on the veranda, just very laboured breathing, and I think she's overheated. She was very hot.
Yeah.
I've cooled her down, I put her in the pool, and that sort of helped a bit. I sprayed some water on her.
Okay. I'm just going to grab a towel, and we're going to put it here, and we're going to put it on oxygen straight away. A lot of animals do it tough with the heat, but rabbits find it especially hard simply because they can't pant like dogs do, they can't sweat like we do. The only way they can cool themselves down is through breathing a little bit more quickly and also trying to lose a bit of heat through their big ears. That's all they have, and often it's not enough.
She wasn't breathing on the way up. I was squeezing her chest and that, and I thought she was gone.
All right, so we're actually going to put this directly into an abdominal cavity here. Right. It's just a good way to get the fluids into it quickly. They've done extremely well to get Bunny here as quickly as they did. I just hope they've got her here on time. Just got some cold water here. I'm just going to spray these ears. You can see there's blood vessels in the ears running down there. So that's what we're trying to target here, because there's a really good blood supply to those ears. And if we can just cool the blood going through those ears, then you actually cool down all of Bunny.
She's a real character, you know.
She is.
A lot of people think, a rabbit, what do you want a rabbit for, you know, have a dog or something, but when you realise they've all got a different personality, and she's a real little character, this one.
I've got no doubt how much Bunny means to Brian and Sandra. I mean, you look at Brian, I see a lot of people crying in this job, but when a grown man like Brian starts tearing up, he can't even bear the thought of not having her around.
Hang in there, Bun.
She's got a really rapid heart rate, but when I touch her, that's the most dramatic thing. She's scaldingly hot. Still getting quite laboured breathing too. Bunny right now isn't good. You can see that she's breathing extremely rapidly, and that's her desperate attempt to try to get cool air in and cool herself down from the inside. So just provide a bit of a pick-me-up for her. Slowly,
Bunny seems to be fighting back.
Yeah, she's looking better.
It's been a fair old battle, but now Bunny's temperature is coming down to a healthy range. For me though, the sign that I love seeing is when her nose starts twitching again. That tells me she's coming back. This has been a crazy 20, 30 minutes, but it's bunnies to a T. When something happens with them, it happens quickly and it's over quickly.
When I rub this eye, she pulls the ear forward, and when I do this one, usually it comes right up forward, but so that's a bit of a response that she likes that.
That's the measure of a health, isn't it? How much the ear comes forward. A little gauge.
That's it.
Yeah? Well, I can't let it go home looking like that, so I'll get her looking good.
Thank you.
That's Bunny's really sprung back to life beautifully, so she should be fine. She's able to go home with the family, have a cool drink, and she'll be happy.
Thank you.
Thank you, no worries at all.
See you later.
My pleasure.
Thanks. Chris has done a great job, and
Really fantastic.
when she all fluffs up, she looks like a different bunny. She's
Yes.
beautiful.
She's very pretty.
Yeah.
It's always a bit tense. It's you're dissecting blind around the other side, and you're doing it all by feel.
At Sash, Tyson's life is in Andrew's hands. The surgeon must now tie off the abnormal vessel that's causing the rescue puppy's deadly heart murmur. This is where the smallest slip can be fatal.
You've got to be really careful, really patient, really gentle, because if you start pushing it a little bit and you're in the wrong spot, it's a disaster if you push through the blood vessel, and they just die. Whew. There's that sigh of relief. So just tying this off now, you can see his blood pressure changes and that reverberation in his heart's just disappeared. So he's a cure.
Despite the great result, it will still take Tyson several days to recover.
And it's funny, I mean, you look at the published risks of mortality are 2%, but it's just the fact that it's the complication in the surgery's death. It's a big complication.
He's crazy. We want to keep him, but we're so happy to send him home looking so bright and happy.
4 days after his operation, Tyson's heart has the all clear and the popular puppy is heading home.
Come on, Tyson, it's time to go home. Good boy. Come on. Go and walk out. I know. That's it. Oh, so good boy. Come on.
Hello! Hello! Hey! It's a puppy.
Thank you so much.
No, that's a pleasure.
Hey, you want to come home? You want to come home?
At the end of the day, we've got a happy dog, happy owner, happy surgeon. It just doesn't get better than that.
Beautiful blue skies. It's a good day for flying.
Lovely day. They'll get plenty of lift with this wind.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris is ready to release the 3 herons he rescued from Guido's boat a month ago.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
The chicks have all thrived, and Kara Graham has named them Lady Jane, Snapper and Shrimp.
That looks like Snapper.
Yeah.
But this is the crucial test. Will they fly and be able to survive on their own?
Wait a second, we got the panettone and the prosecco to farewell them. Good luck.
But there's no show without the Italian skipper.
Okay, mate. Don't come back. Go and make love somewhere else, will you?
Guido, it's a sexy boat, you know.
It's a sexy boat, but it's not for birds. Not for this kind of birds, anyway.
Guys, if you are thinking about starting a family, I recommend the big boat with the blue canopy, just about third to the right over there.
Don't listen
That's
to it.
my last words.
Don't listen to it.
There we go.
Hey! Off you go. Freedom.
A bird's not just going to fly off into the distance when they first arrive in a new place. They've got to work out where they are, and it's starting to make sense to them now. It's starting to look more familiar. And now they've worked it out, they're all going to start flying off one by one.
Shall we go and celebrate?
Going for a drink, aren't you?
Hey, there you go. Cheers. Good luck to them.
You know what's happening right now? A couple of herons are looking over and going, geez, the hospitality here's good. So cheers to the successful release and a clean boat.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you for your help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kate, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen for more great content. And for free, exclusive, never seen before Bondi Vet stories, you can sign up to bondipet.com, and you can do so via the link in the description.